Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Victoria 2 as Sardinia-Piedmont. We are still in the phase of the game where we are attempting to get all of the minor Italian states into our sphere of influence. We've gotten a few already, but we have to get Parma out of Austria's sphere, Papal States, and two Sicilies out of France's. So we are going to be continuing to work on that for the moment. We also have been fluctuating between 7th and 8th place here. Let's just check to see how close we are to dropping out of great power status, because that would be extremely annoying. We'd lose all the progress we've made on sphering people. Actually, we're kind of close. We're only 5 points ahead of the Ottomans here, though equally we're only 7 points behind Spain, so if we can do something to help us maintain our position, we probably should. And in fact, we have been encouraging soldiers, so we probably can build a few more brigades here. We'll just build infantry down in Africa. And those there. Let's check on factories. We might be able to upgrade some to good effect. Alright, those are the only ones that apparently need it. And I guess we can fund some of these projects as well, which could also help out. Okay, let's check on our sphering game. It has been a couple of days since I recorded the last episode, so I don't remember exactly what we were doing here. So we have these three sphered already. We are, let's see, up to 86 and friendly in Parma. But Austria has a substantial amount of influence there, so we don't want to antagonize them. And we are discredited until December in the Papal States, so we'll have to wait a few months to effectively influence there. Oh, and we're apparently working on the two Sicilies, where France is not doing too much, and we are already up past 50, so let's continue doing that then. We'll unpause. So we do have space for the number of brigades we built. We probably want to move our focus somewhere else pretty soon. I think 5% soldiers is a reasonable amount. I guess we'll just move it now to here and keep encouraging clergymen in Sardinia, since that's not quite at 4% yet. American Civil War is proceeding as it usually does. We'll keep an eye on the two Sicilies. It seems that France is not particularly interested in defending their interests there, so we shouldn't have too much trouble. Socialists have been invented in the USA, interestingly. Okay. We got a lot of newspapers, apparently. So I'll probably continue influencing in the two Sicilies until the discredit in, I think it was the Papal States, expires, because we have a bordering sphered nation to the Papal States, so it'll be faster to influence there. And we have an election starting, so hopefully we can continue to elect the government that we want. And I hear our brigades starting to get built. Okay, we want state capitalism here. And I think it was December that our discredit expires, so I think I'll just go up to cordial in two Sicilies and stop influencing. And we'll turn our attention to the Papal States, whom we should be able to get out of France's sphere right now. Yep, I don't think they're going to be able to do anything about this. Residency, thank you. They could discredit us here, but it's not really going to do anything, so we'll remove you from France's sphere. See if France is still interested in continuing to fight. Well, they discredited us, so we can turn our attention over to Parma, perhaps, where it seems that Austria has spent some of their influence, so we are pretty safe to focus on this, and we should be able to get them out of Austria's sphere right now as well, so good progress on the sphering. We're going for residency here, and we have a decision available. We can sign the Geneva Convention. I think we'll just hold on to this a little bit, because we are already kind of low on infamy. We might be able to make better use of it later. So Austria is definitely not going to be able to ban or expel us. Alright, so we have Parma and the Papal States at least unsphered from their former masters, if not in our sphere yet. Which is a good start. And Moralism here. And we have actually gone back up to 7th place, which is good. And we are discredited in Parma. So our discredit in the Papal States will expire in July. So for now we can head back to the Two Sicilies. Stop working on Parma. Okay, and we have researched state and government, which is good. This does unlock mission to civilize, but to actually research it... No, actually, we have a 20% chance each month already. Okay. I guess it's breech-loaded rifles that is going to be the... or rather colonial negotiations that is going to be the actual last invention that will let us start colonizing. For which we'll need machine guns, which is available in 1870. Okay. Well, for now then, I think we'll work on something else, maybe market regulations? Or actually, maybe we'll get iron steamers. Being able to build some ironclads or monitors is probably going to be helpful to our colonization interests. And there is mission to civilize already. I don't think this will allow us to actually colonize anything else just yet. No, that's okay though. I don't suppose our colonial range stretches over to this part of the world. Seems like not, but that's okay. Always worth a look, I suppose. Okay, moralism. In fact, we can go 30% more in favor of moralism and in our most populous state, so that is actually pretty good. And we're not even going to have anybody gain militancy because nobody supports atheism. Okay, social reform desire, plurality, and +5 prestige, which is pretty nice. I think this should make us pretty solidly entrenched in at least 7th place here. We're right 9 points ahead of Spain, so I think we're pretty safe from dropping out of great power status for the moment. So we are looking for state capitalism here. And we indeed have... Actually, we have the conservatives in power, not the reactionaries, but I don't think that's a big deal. The only major problem here is that we wouldn't be able to build factories if we wanted to, but That's not too much of a concern. We haven't really been manually building them anyway. And we can always switch back if we do want to. So I think it was June or July that one of these expires. July for Papal States and September for Parma. So no need to change anything here for the moment. And we have another crisis happening in Albania. France and the UK are backing the two sides, and of course we're interested. So Germany is likely to go in on the UK's side. Austria is undecided. Russia likes France. We probably like France as well. Well, we'll see how it goes. No need to tip our hand just yet. So France is apparently paying more attention to the two Sicilies. Or just two Sicilies? I don't know if you're supposed to call it the two Sicilies. Either way, France is paying more attention now, so we're going to have to give up influencing here for the time being. But fortunately, we are just about to have our discredit in the Papal States wear off, so we can go back to influencing at high priority here. And hopefully, since they are no longer in France's sphere, France will just leave them alone. And let us sphere them without a fight. Okay, so Germany's still strongly inclined to support the UK. I guess we'll put our support on France's side. I don't like the idea of possibly getting involved in a war on the wrong side of Germany, but at least we're on the opposite side to Austria, so if we do have an opportunity to liberate Lombardia from them as part of this war, that would be pretty good. With France and Russia on our side to take care of Germany, it could happen, possibly. Well, we'll see how it goes. Of course, the number one rule of Victoria 2 is never bet against Germany. At least in my experience, but who knows, there's always a first time for everything. I think we might want to take the opportunity to drop people down to cordial in some of our other sphered countries here. We'll decrease the opinion of Austria down to cordial, and let's see. We have both Austria and France on friendly in Modena. So I guess we'll just do Austria here. We'll come back and drop France's opinion later. And we'll drop Austria here, just to be on the safe side. I don't think they're really going to make too much of an effort to get them sphered again, but there's no point giving them the opportunity if we don't have to. And it seems like we are going to be pretty free to get the Papal States sphered here without any interference from France. Which is great. And it looks like this crisis is going to war. And France has broken their alliance with us, which is interesting timing. We're going to be on the same side in a war anyway. Oh, and the UK is offering Normandy, or is demanding it from France for themselves, I assume? I don't know if they offered it to one of the other participants. Well, let's see how this goes. So immediately we are, of course, hostile with Austria. Let's get our spending up. we probably should have done as soon as it seemed likely that we were about to go to war. I guess we should probably mobilize. Though 7 brigades is not a huge amount. Yeah, we really should do it, I suppose. Just to make the best effort we possibly can here. We could potentially also transport troops up from Africa. I'm not sure if we have many more. It seems like not. Hopefully we'll just have France and Russia take care of Austria for us, but of course they're going to be occupied with Germany, so they may or may not be able to do that. Let's see, you can move over here, we'll get ready. This is the only Austrian army that seems to be moving on us for the moment. You can stop hunting rebels, please. We'll intervene immediately here. Okay, there is another Austrian army on the way, which is bad news. I think we should probably try to fight this stack before the other one arrives, though we're not at full organization yet. Well, it turns out they got here pretty quickly anyway. We'll just wait for a few more of our mobilized troops to join up, I guess, and then use superior numbers. Actually, he's moving over here, so that might leave us free to attack this stack. General here has +2 attack. +2 attack, so it doesn't really matter which one we go in with. We'll just do this. We should be able to take out this army. Did take a crossing penalty. But we still won. We're not going to be able to add any of our own war goals with just war score from battles, unfortunately. So we are going to have to occupy some Austrian territory if we want to get anything out of this. But I think we might be best served just taking our territory back and waiting for France to come to our rescue. Although if this is all the troops that Austria is going to dedicate to us, then we might be able to fight them off. Let's see how everything else is going. Spain has troops up here in northern France. And France apparently took some land on the mainland UK. And not a huge amount of German troops on the French border here. France seems to be the winner of any skirmishes there. Here in Russia, things seem pretty quiet in terms of German troops as well. Only 3 not enormous armies visible here. Okay. Well, let's just keep reoccupying our territory here. And if these Austrian armies actually want to head into France, that's even better. I would definitely appreciate that. Austria has decided to expand the war by demanding humiliate Sardinia-Piedmont. Well, we definitely don't want to allow them to do that. We have some French troops in our area, which is helpful, probably. And let's hope that you are not trying to attack my weakened army here, which is yet to reinforce. We'll see where you head from Novara. That is exactly where they're going. Or if they're on the 17th. We'll actually get it on the 16th. So I think we will continue to escape there. I don't want to stack them up on this army because they'll take unnecessary attrition. So I guess we'll maybe have them retreat into France. Of course, while this is going on, we're completely ignoring the sphering of our Italian miners, but since we actually have these two already unsphered, we probably don't need to pay too much attention to it. We can just wait till we get to 100 and then we'll be able to sphere them easily. Okay, it seems like he's given up on following me, so we'll wait here. Actually, maybe we can go to Nice and get some better reinforcements since we're in home territory. Okay, let's maybe... I always do this when we go to war. I ignore army text until we're actually fighting a war, and then I'm like, well, I guess we should research army text, but I suppose it's better to do it now than never to do it. I guess we'll get some artillery text, that's probably helpful. And occupying our capital is probably also helpful. But we are actually out of time for this episode, so we'll have to continue this war in the next one. Thanks for watching, and join me again then.